Oh,
My name is
yeah?
Robert Sutz. Today is March 24th, and I am interviewing a Holocaust survivor, Nancy
Fordonski.
Nancy
Fordonski.
Fordonski. Uh, I'm going to skip this part. Anyhow, we're going to start. We can start. God, it's terrible. I forgot your last name. Fordonski. Yeah. Okay. Can you tell me? I think we're going to get it. So just look in here and
Yeah.
tell me your name, and you have to spell it.
Okay.
My name is, and look right here.
My name is Nancy Fordonski. Fordonski.
And where you were born and when you were
I
born?
was born in Poland, Zlochew, near Lodz.
Can you spell the name of the town?
The name was Zlochew. Z like in zebra. Loczzew.
Can you tell me a little bit about your family and growing up before the war?
I grew up in Zlochew, and I spent most of my life there till the war broke out. We had family in other places too, but sometime on vacation I went to my sister. She was married. She lived in Zduńska Wola, not far from us. And then I went to a grandmother, Szadek. This was in Poland also, not far from Lodz. Otherwise, most of the time, I just spent time with my family, going to public school. And till the war broke out, in 1939, September the 1st, we were all together in Zlochew. And sorry to say it, our town was very close to the German border. So on Friday, when the Germans crossed the border from Germany to Poland, they were already in our city. Sadly to say that on the evening, it was already the Shabbat, my father came back from his prayers from shul, and the candles were still burning on the table. My father said that we have to leave town because it's too dangerous for us to stay in the city. Sadly to say, we had to leave everything. We had to get out because my father was a very well-known person in the city. He was very active with the Gentile people and with the Jewish community. So we left. We start going towards Zduńska Wola.
Can we back up a little and can you tell me a little bit about your father, what his occupation was?
We had property. We had a big We had a big building, over 20 tenants, and we had a business, leather goods. And my father was very active in the city. He did the same thing, what he could for Gentile people, what he was doing for the Jewish population, but knowing that it's no good for us to stay in town. That's why we had to go. Sadly to say, the march wasn't easy, but little by little, we got to Zduńska Wola. we had the two married sisters leaving a beautiful home with everything. We all squeezed in whatever we could to stay together. And
Can you tell me a little about your extended family, your mother's family and your father's family?
my mother was born in Zuiskavola years ago. And so we had there some relatives. I had there an aunt with the family and an uncle with the family. But most of the time we spent together with my sisters. My sister had two children, Rivka, and the younger one, Luba. She had also two children. After a short time being together, they built a lot in Zuiskavola. They made already a ghetto. So we were getting a place of our own, a very little place. It was just a bedroom and a kitchen. And we were 6 kids, 6 children. My brother was still in the army. And after a while, he came back. He was all right.
What army was he in?
And he was in the Polish army.
Polish army.
Yes. Then the Germans released him, and he came back. So
Did your family move together? Were you all together at that time?
yes, we were all together at that time. It wasn't easy, but somehow we were happy that we could still stay together.
The town that you were in, did you notice anti-Semitism? Before
Yes. Yes, before the war, yes.
Yeah, before the war.
Yeah.
Yes.
We had a Polish school, we went to public school, but we could see that little by little they didn't like us. But you didn't have a choice. You had to make your best of everything, and you lived with them.
Was the population, a large Jewish population in that town that you were born in?
I think there were around by 500 families.
And you belonged to a temple?
Yes.
Jewish.
Yes, we had a shul. We had a shul there. And my father was very helpful because if somebody, needed help or whatever. So we always had an open door, to help people. It didn't matter. Or they were Gentile or they were Jewish. Because living together, living in the city, you had to show them, that you have to act like a human being, not, to be cruel to each other. But
he was a good man.
he was a very good man, and it was a lovely family. And we had to leave everything and start over, in Zuiskavola. We stayed till 1942. There was the ghetto. And then from there, one day...
Was the whole family together in the ghetto?
Yes, the whole family was together. And one day, we had to was on a pill, and we had we were separated. I'm tired.
You separated by...
we were separated.
They had the selections?
Yes, there was a selection. And the selection was very, very cruel, very bad, because from the whole city, they just want to take out 1,000 people. All the other people, were going piled up into buses. They were taking away the Chelmna. We never saw them again. And from there, I was sent I think so that I'm tired already.
But the family was split up with the selections.
Yeah, the family was spread up with the selection. And we stayed overnight, We were, they chased us, to the cemetery. And there we stayed overnight. In the morning, they took away, we didn't see anybody, the parents anymore, but we know that they took them away and they piled them up on buses. And the buses were already with some gas, with some chemicals, and they were sent to Chelmno. And then after a while, they let us go, and we went, they sent us to Lodge Ghetto. I'm tired.
Wow. How old would you be at that time?
I was still in my teens.
And were you in the ghetto with any part of your family?
Yes, with one sister, I went to the Lodge Ghetto.
Just one sister?
Just
what with the rest of your
the
family?
rest of the family.
Other sisters and your brothers?
They were all taken with my parents, and we never saw them again.
Did you know where they were sent?
No, we didn't know, but afterwards we found out that they didn't give them a chance. In no camp, no place. They sent them all to crematoriums, to gas chambers.
You feel that they all died in the gas chambers?
Yes.
All of your family?
Yeah, the whole family, everybody. Yeah.
What about your mother's family? Did you know what was happening with them?
My mother's family was in Fordonski. She had just one brother, and the same thing happened to them. They never left Fordonski because they were all sent away. But I came with my sister to Lodge Ghetto.
How did you get to the ghetto? Did you get there by train? Or by bus? How did
By
you
buses.
travel? Did you travel to the ghetto? Do you remember that?
No, by buses we went to
But you
Ghetto.
wound up in Lodge Ghetto. Did you see a lot of your friends or people that you knew in the ghetto?
Yes, we saw some friends in Lodge Ghetto. But most of the time, you had to go to work in the morning and came back in the evening tired. So there was no time, to associate. And besides this, we were plenty, down, lonely, because our parents were taken away and the other siblings. So life was getting very, very terrible, very cruel, very lonely. But somehow we're assigned to different work and different things, and somehow we start making a living and and try, to do whatever we were being told to say, because if you didn't work, you didn't get any, papers, special coupons for food.
What kind of work were you doing when you were in the ghetto? What kind of job did you have?
There was one of the biggest hospitals. In that hospital was rearranged for a factory. They were making uniforms for the German army,